أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كما أخرجك ربك من بيتك بالحق وإن فريقا من المؤمنين لكارهون صدق الله العظيم. Last week we had read this ayah and did tafsir of the first half of it. The second half from وَإِنَّ فَرِيقًا مِنَ الْكَارِهُونَ. We had said that for this we must understand the background of Ghazwat Badr, the expedition of Badr, what had happened. The long and short of what occurred, what preceded, how did the Ghazwa, the expedition of Badr come to be, the battle of Badr, is that in the second year after Hijrah, after the Sahaba anhum Rasulullah had migrated from Makkah Mukarramah to Medina Munawwarah, the mushrikun of Mecca, they didn't just let them be. That, okay, these people are gone, we'll do our thing, they can do what they want over there. But they would continue to do things to try to harass them, to send people. They were making preparations for attacks, etc., etc. Now, part of this was that the Quraysh, they had all invested a lot of money into one caravan, and as traders, the people of Mecca were traders. As they would normally send to Syria, they had also sent these investments there. What they would do is that they would sell, and then they would make money. And then these goods and these trades that we made and whatever profits, this again would be used to attack the Muslimun. So in this manner, in the second year of Hijrah, a caravan of Abu Sufyan, at that time Abu Sufyan had not accepted Islam. Later he becomes radiallahu anhu. At this time he's not a Sahabi. So Abu Sufyan, who from that time was from the Abu Sufyan only accepted after Fathu Makkah, or during Fathu Makkah. At that time, he was still from the leaders of the Quraysh. So Abu Sufyan had taken a caravan to Sham, to Syria, to the Levant, and with him some 70 other strong men of the Quraysh. They had gone to protect this caravan because they had put all of it. It's said in the books of Tariq and Sirah that every person in Mecca had invested into this. Everyone put some investment into this. So Rasulullah ﷺ, just as today, each state has their own intelligence, the spies or intelligence that they have. So Rasulullah ﷺ got wind of this as well. The Abu Sufyan is coming back with this caravan. And what we should do is have a preemptive act that rather than waiting until they use all of this against us, rather we attack this caravan and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us ghanimah through this. And it will stop them from building themselves stronger against the already weak Muslims. So Rasulullah, and now the time was short. The time was very short from when they would be able to cut off Abu Sufyan's path and be able to be successful in this waylay. So Rasulullah made mashwara with some Sahaba and said, whoever is ready, whoever has conveyance, whoever is ready to go, they should join me. Some Sahaba, they had their conveyances outside of the city, and they said, okay, we can come after some time, give us some time. Rasulullah said, no, whoever is ready right now, and they can come with me, because it wasn't a full-on expedition battle either. It was just a quick maneuver, and they would attack, receive the ghanam, and then come back. So Rasulullah, so other Sahaba, they also said, yeah, this is not some major battle that's about to happen as well. So if someone stays back, that's okay. So it wasn't fard on anyone to go. It wasn't obligatory. Rasulullah didn't stipulate on anyone. It wasn't made obligatory that anyone has to go. And this was all happening in Ramadan as well. During Ramadan, in the second year of Hijrah, this is what was occurring. So some Sahaba radiallahu anhum, they made preparations with Rasulullah, 313 of them. They had about 70 camels with them, not ready for battle as such, and they made their way towards where they anticipated that the caravan of Abu Sufyan come from. At that time, obviously, the paths that would be taken, they are normal. There's not so many different ways that you can go somewhere. One or two ways. One is the normal way, one is the not so used way that they would go. So where they anticipated that the caravan would come from, they went towards that area. This is what's happening here in Medina Munawwara. On the other side, as we said, that everyone has their intelligence. So Abu Sufyan comes to find out that these preparations are being made against the caravan. So he sends a caller of his, one person, he sends him ahead to Makkah Mukarramah, from wherever he finds out that these preparations are being made against the caravan. He also does his due diligence and he sends a message to Makkah Mukarramah. Now, what was the way this message is sent? So in the Jahili times, what they would do is that when they have a very imminent threat that's there and a message to be sent, this was part of their habit, their Jahili habit, is that they would cut off the ear of the camel and the nose of the camel, and the person who's taking the message, he would also tear his clothing. This is to show that what message is coming, this is very, you have to pay attention to this, and you have to take this very seriously. Jahili things. So in this manner, the scout or the warner from the side of Abu Sufyan, he enters into Mecca. As soon as he enters into Mecca, everyone sees this and they are all alarmed at what's going on. So he tells them that if you want to protect your caravan, everyone had invested into it, that you must go towards the Medina Munawwara. They obviously didn't say Munawwara, they said go towards Medina and defend the caravan. So upon this, the Quraysh, they immediately made preparations. Within 3 days, they got 1,000 men strong, ready for battle. So they left with the intent of actual war and battle. Whereas over there, the Sahaba anhum, they just went to quickly make a kind of like a guerrilla attack on the caravan and they would return. And what Abu Sufyan did is that he took the alternate route. Rather than going the normal route that would go past through, when he found out, he took the alternate route. And the Muslimun, Sahaba, didn't come to know of this. So now, after some time, this becomes clear that what's happening, that they later find out that, okay, Abu Sufyan took the alternate route, he won't be going from here. And at the same time, the army of the Quraysh is coming. So now Rasulullah ﷺ, now they're already out. They came with this intent that they would waylay, but now an opportunity of battle is coming because the army of the Quraysh, they're still coming towards Medina Munawwara. So Rasulullah ﷺ, he makes mashura to Sahaba radiallahu anhu, those that are there. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu is president, Umar radiallahu anhu is president, Sa'd ibn Mu'adh is president from the Ansar, Miqdam radiallahu anhu, many other Sahaba radiallahu anhu that we know that took part in Badr, they were all present at that time. So Rasulullah ﷺ, he asked the Sahaba anhum that, what should we do? That we came out with these intentions. Now the army of Quraysh is coming. So some Sahaba, Abu Ayyub Ansari anhu, some of the other Sahaba anhum, they said, Ya Rasulullah, we didn't come out with this intent. It's best that we go back to Medina Munawwara and maybe preparations to be made, we make those preparations. We don't think that we should engage at this moment. Other Sahaba anhum, Abu Bakr immediately he stands up, he said, Ya Rasulullah, we're ready to give our lives immediately, right now, whatever you say, we will do that. Or Umar anhu, Miqdad anhu gives his famous khutbah and speech that, Ya Rasulullah, we will not be like the people of Banu Israel who told Musa alayhi salatu wasalam that idhhab anta wa rabbuk faqatila inna hahuna qa'idun, that you and your Rabb go fight, we are sitting over here. We won't be like them. Rather, even if you tell us to go all the way to Habasha and sacrifice our lives there, wherever you say, we are ready to do that. Rasulullah hears from Sahaba. Those that answered and responded immediately were all the muhajirun. Those Abu Bakr is muhajir, Umar is muhajir. These are all muhajir Sahaba who are answering. Rasulullah he's waiting for what do the Ansari Sahaba also say? Because the pact that was made before Hijrah was that if any threat would be around Medina Munawwara, they took a covenant that we would protect Rasulullah and give our protection as well and assist. There was no clear message of outside of Medina. And Badr, where they had camped now, this was outside of Medina Munawwara. So Rasulullah is waiting. So then Sa'd ibn Mu'adh radiallahu anhu, who's from the Sayyid Sadat, the leaders of the Ansar, he speaks that, Ya Rasulullah, from what I assume that you are waiting for our response. And then he responds in the positive that, Ya Rasulullah, we also are ready to give our lives for the sake, and we will sacrifice whatever is needed to advance the cause of Islam. And if that means right now we are to engage with the Quraysh, whether we have the necessary weaponry and right now or not, in any case we are ready to give our lives for this. So in this manner, Rasulullah he gives the decision based on this, and the Sahaba anhum prepare themselves for engaging with the army of Quraysh. So regarding this part, that some Sahaba, they said that, maybe we shouldn't, that we came out for this, just to attack the caravan, although that wasn't wrong, it wasn't a sin. The Quran is not saying that there is a sin that they committed. But at this moment, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted from these Sahaba anhum, who are the highest of the high. The rule is that one is the rule for the normal people. But those that are the closest to Rasulullah, and at a moment like this, they should have the highest level of azm. So in that regard, the ayat of the Quran are revealed and said, وَإِنَّ فَرِيقًا مِنْ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ لَكَارِهُونَ, that a group from amongst the believers, you disliked engaging with the army of Quraysh. Whereas it should have been that whatever the Rasul says, whether you have weaponry with you at that moment or you do not have it, whether you were hoping for a caravan where there was goods and there was wealth that's being promised over there, or here where there's possibility of martyrdom and shahada. Whatever it is, you should be ready to sacrifice at that moment. So in that context, these ayat are revealed that وَإِنَّ فَرِيقًا مِنْ الْكَارِهُونَ, that a group from amongst the believers, they disliked engaging in this, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and these ayat clarified that what is awla and best for you as believers to do is that, especially at a moment like this, you should be steadfast and staunch in whatever the situation may be, you should be there to ready to sacrifice for the advancement of Islam. We make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the understanding of the Quran.